One of the hundreds of January 6 defendants is now refusing to accept a pardon from President Trump. Pamela Hemphill, who pleaded guilty to a misdemeanor charge for her role in the attack on the Capitol, has moved to formally block her presidential pardon. On the first day of his second term, President Trump issued pardons for the more than 1,500 people charged in that riot. The move effectively ended what was the largest criminal prosecution in the history of the Justice Department. CBS News Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane joins us now. And Scott, why is Hemphill rejecting this pardon, and how is the Justice Department responding to this?
Yeah, this is a unique protest, isn't it, Nancy? One out of 1,500 plus January 6th Capitol riot defendants to say thanks, but no thanks for the pardon. Send it back. I don't want it. I don't want the thing on my record, and I don't want the certificate. Pamela Hemphill is different. An Idaho woman who was pleading guilty to a misdemeanor, served a brief prison term and had 3 years probation. But she told CBS News she doesn't want the pardon because she says she wouldn't be able to sleep at night or, in her words, be right with God if she were to accept a pardon for something she says she knows she did. And she says the broader pardons are so dangerous because they send a message that the January 6th insurrection was righteous, or it was a peaceful protest, as conspiracy theorists have said. Pamela Hemphill's protest has not necessarily captured the attention of all the other January 6 defendants or the Department of Justice, but you can believe, Nancy, she has gotten some vitriol on social media from Trump supporters about this very public break with the pardon.
I can imagine. And Scott, on the staying with the topic of January 6, a new acting head of the U.S. Capitol Police just has been named. Who is he? What does he bring to the agency?
His name is Sean Gallagher. He'd been a lieutenant and a leader inside the department. He was somebody who's been part of congressional hearings into the reviews of the failures on January 6th of the Capitol pipe bombs from January 5th, 2021. Gallagher succeeds the retired U.S. Capitol Police Chief Thomas Manger, who tried to rebuild this traumatized agency after the insurrection, after the leadership on January 6th was pushed out. Gallagher is a known figure internally at the U.S. Capitol Police Department, but note what he's facing here, Nancy. A soaring number of threats against federal lawmakers, 10,000 a year now. They're asking for nearly $1 billion in funding next year because of the magnitude of the threats and the burdens of ensuring members of Congress are safe, not just here in Washington, but all across the country.
And Scott, I also want to ask about the trial now against MyPillow CEO Mike Lindell. Kicking off on Monday, former executive at Dominion Voting Systems is suing him for defamation. So what is the main issue in this case?
Well, here we go, back to the 2020 election denialism and the fallout of the baseless conspiracy theories of election fraud in that election. Mike Lindell, his media company, and his pillow company all being sued for defamation by an official, a former official with Dominion Voting Systems, who accuses the group, Lindell and his companies, of being vectors of misinformation. Mike Lindell is on the witness list for both the prosecution, or the plaintiffs in this case, and the defense in this case. He could be doing so in the coming days and weeks in a trial that's happening at the federal courthouse in Denver.
Scott MacFarlane, thank you very much.